Hi guys, it's Amy White with Worthy Written Words, and today we're going to focus on this Flamingo page kit that's in the store. It comes with lots of goodies inside, and I'm going to show you how to make a layout using this kit. Now, it was originally designed for your New Testament, and it has the scriptures listed here, and you can see what that looks like in my New Testament. It comes with this cute little Flamingo paperclip bookmark. This is a napkin. This is actually not part of the kit. This was just something I added later. We'll take that off. So this is what it looks like in our New Testament. Since I've already done it in my New Testament, I am going to do the exact same layout, and I'm going to do it in a Book of Mormon instead. I know a lot of people don't have a New Testament yet and only do their art in the Book of Mormon. So I want to show that it doesn't matter if you have only a Bible or only a Book of Mormon. You can do the same layout in corresponding verses in the Book of Mormon. So before we get into that, first let me just share with you what's in this kit. This sticker on the cover just shows you an example of what you can do with the contents inside. It doesn't have to look like this. You can always do your own thing. Once you open the kit, it comes with all these different things. This is a napkin. It's custom made. It has your quote on there and your page header, as well as your graphics. A business card in case you need that. These felt pieces and this paper clip are to use with your Flamingo in order to make the paperclip bookmark. It comes with some washi tape, a pre-cutout of a flower body for your Flamingo. We'll go like that on your page. And then we have some stickers. These stickers are part of a sticker sheet, the Wordy Bits My Testimony, and all the link for this as well as the supplies used will be in the video down below. So first we're going to put these to the side. The very first thing that you're going to need is the napkin, and it comes as a full napkin, but you want to get it down to its thinnest layer. So as you open it, it has about 3 different layers in here. So start on the side with the graphics if you can, so you can get it the first time. Otherwise, you just have to pull it apart again. And this, what we want to do is take some scissors and cut out the different pieces. Now, you don't have to get right up next to the design. You can leave a little border of white around it and it won't show up. It'll dry clear on the paper. So you don't have to be super accurate when cutting it out. You can do 2 things here. You can keep these together, or you can cut in between them and put them in different places. It's all up to you. For now, I'm going to keep them together. Now, it looks like the borders of my New Testament are a lot wider than the borders of this Book of Mormon. So that might change how you decide to do your layout. These are both books from Deseret Book. This is the New Testament version, and this is their hardcover version. This one's a little bit bigger, so you can see the difference here. So let's see what these margins, if they're any better. They look like they're wider with the lines. Okay, so the setup right here is the same. Oh, it fits so much better on that one. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do it in this book. If you do own this version or something similar, you can still do it in there. You just need to figure out, maybe instead you stick, you know, this part up here and then this quote over here. You can do it. It's just going to be a little bit different. So you can adjust it for whatever kind of book that you have. Okay. And if you want this book, this is their pink floral hardcover. It's very popular. It's one of their best sellers. And again, the link will be below. Something else I'm going to do, before you go ahead and glue everything down, you can kind of plan your page out how you want to do it. And I don't really want this border going this far over out of the margin. So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut all of that off and just start with this little flower right here, this plumeria. I'm going to cut around that and then cut all of this off. And that way it'll just have a better fitting. But if you have a line upon line, their margins are even bigger than this, and you might want the whole thing would fit better on that. Okay, so that's going to lay right there. Then before you go ahead and glue this all down, you're going to want to make sure you leave enough room for the body. So the body can go a couple different ways. You can have it where the head is closer to the words. And then the body will go like that. You can also have the body, this works better for smaller margins. You can have the body go more at an up angle if you need to. So you can kind of see how much room you're going to need. I'm actually going to put the body down so that it doesn't look like it has missing legs, because we don't have the legs. So I'm going to put the body down, and afterwards I'll just trim those extras off. So I know that the head is going to go right about there. And I'll probably just make a little mark because you won't be able to see it. It'll be hidden. Okay. And then these can go right in the middle there. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to use is clear gesso, not white. You got to make sure it says clear. If you do use white, it'd be okay, but it will cover up any of the scriptures. It'll act more like white acrylic paint, where it will hide. The clear will dry clear, and you'll be able to see through it. Let's get a piece of scrap paper to put behind it. Get a paintbrush. You can also use a sponge brush. And I'm going to put some of this right on my page. Now, in this instance, I'm only doing the napkin pieces along this margin. I'm not doing it on any of this, and I'm not planning on doing any wet media like watercolors. So I'm only going to put this paint in the margin where the napkin's going to go. And the thicker your gesso is, the more the brush strokes will show. And it doesn't really matter in this instance, but when you're doing wet media, it will show the brush strokes underneath the paint. So you want to keep it thinner. Now I just put the leftovers right next to it because While it's still wet, I'm going to take my napkin pieces and place them where I want them on my page. And then I'm going to go right on top of the napkin with more gesso. And you also want to make sure you pick it up and move it occasionally so that it doesn't glue itself to the piece of paper underneath. I'm going to use these lines in the margin to help me get that centered. I'm going to give it a shot with my heat tool real quick just to dry. Okay, if your page curls like this, it's not a big deal. After it's all done and your book is closed, it'll flatten back out. And you can see I wasn't super precise up here. I'll just trim that in a little bit. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the body and attach that. And I'm just going to do that with some mounting squares. They're just double-sided sticky tape. Okay, so they look like this, and they're just double-sided pieces of tape. So you can place them on your cutout and then lift the paper part off, and it's just garbage. Another thing you could do is a glue stick. I like to do a combination of both. I'm just going to trim the extra. So your kit comes with some of this fun washi tape. It should be about around 6 inches. Most of them are much more than that. Some are a little bit less, but it's usually way more than you need. Now, some people might not want to cover up the footnotes, especially if you use them. Some people don't care about covering up words, and they say, you know, they have a separate book for studying versus artwork. It's up to you. I don't mind covering up the footnotes because I don't really use them very much, at least not in this book. I have a lot of different Book of Mormons, and so I have study in a different one, and if I need the footnotes, I can always look on my phone too. Stick that there. Okay, now for some different washi tape. And then we have these fun stickers. You can leave these just white or you can color them in. You can color them in. I used gelatos. Get my hot glue gun and plug that in. Get that heating up to work on our paperclip bookmark. And then while it's heating up, these are the pieces you need for that. What you want to do is put your flamingo on the big piece of felt, and you're going to cut around it so that I left where the legs were. I left the felt there, and I left the felt behind the neck just to keep it a little more sturdy. But you cut around the body so that it has a backing for it. You could also hot glue the flamingo to the big piece first and then cut around it, either way. Okay, so while I'm waiting for the glue gun to heat up, I'm going to go ahead and color these in. So I am using 2 gelatos. One is metallic melon and the other one is lime. I'm just going to put them right on top of the sticker, like that. And then I'm going to use my finger to smudge that in. So even though these stickers come in white, you can really make them any color you want. I would let those sit, the gelatos sit on the stickers for about 15-20 minutes, and then put a light coating of gesso on top of them, the clear gesso, so that it'll seal in the gelatos, and then when you close your book, it won't, like it transfer onto my finger, it won't transfer onto the page next to it. And if you want to clean it up, you can get a water pen. Just kind of clean it up around it if it got too much off the sticker and it's bugging you. Just pick that right up. Or put it on top if there's parts you don't like and you want to kind of blend it better. Put a little bit of water and activate that. So hopefully this is hot enough now. Okay, now on the back side, you have this square, and it's going to go up here in the body. This square is too big, and so I'm going to trim it. Till it looks like it'll fit better. And basically this is going to go in between the 2 pieces of felt, and that way when it sits on your page, instead of it being at the very top with the legs sticking out above the page, you can have it much lower sitting on your page and only have half of the bird sticking out the top of your page. So before you glue your paper clip on, you want to make sure that there are 2 smileys facing down, that the felt goes above it. If you do it the other way, it's going to be upside down, and you're going to make it so it won't work on your page. So the 2 smiles go down. You just add the glue. Add the paper clip and stick it right on all at the same time. And then turn it around and adjust it and make sure that it's in line with the legs. Just like that. When we bring the book back, you put the smaller part of the paper clip in the front and the longer part in the back. You can have it sit down lower on your page, just like that. If you want to, you can go in and highlight the verse. So we've got a green glaze pen. And this one, I don't know if that's red or pink, but it goes well with the page. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned some things. And if you don't have this kit, you can get it in the link below. And you can follow us on Pinterest, on Facebook, on Instagram. Sign up for our newsletter. I'd really love it if you hit subscribe to our YouTube videos. And we will see you next time. Bye.